It's raining pretty heavily out here in Marina Bay at the moment. Welcome to the Singapore Grand Prix, round 15 of the Formula One World Championship, season 9 of ALR. And tonight we do not have, for the first time this season, we have got a Williams driver missing. Then, as unfortunately, it's the championship leader missing, which is of course Lucas Percy, who has been in a pretty fine Vettel, hasn't he, most of the season. But we'll talk more about that in just a jiffy, because before we do so, let's take a look at, let's tell you about the circuit changes around here. So I think that this is the only, I think this is, I think that the circuit will revert back to the previous configuration from the 2024 season, I believe, because I think it was just for some construction going on one of the viewing platforms or something like that around here. But basically, what it is that we have we've lost four turns, and so we've gone from a 23 turn course down to 19 corners. And of course we've also lost the infamous PK turn as well. Of course, the first ever Grand Prix around here was back in 2008, which that Grand Prix is fantastic. But of course, as I said, it is quite infamous now with the Nelson PK incident as well. Now, Alfa Romeo mechanic, the Haas mechanic, I should say, very brave out there. Of course, in just a t-shirt, but I'm sure it's still quite humid out here, as there, albeit the rain is lashing down at the moment. It's absolutely appalling conditions out here. Goodness me, there's full wet tyres there for Tango, who is making a reserve appearance tonight. Good to see Tango back in gold there. I think this is 39th Grand Prix start tonight. I haven't got my book out yet. But yeah, Tango in action, and of course, and hopefully this will give him a good eye for what's to come, maybe tomorrow night in silver, of course, then as well, as the drivers are now starting to trundle out of the pit lane. And we'll talk more about the new section as well. Of course, there's still only two DRS zones around this circuit. Three. I was disappointed they didn't have the fourth DRS zone just coming out of Raffles Boulevard there, but never mind, as the Red Bull is just crawling out of the pits as well. Drivers of the constructors stand-ins look like this. I think Tanger's the first driver out of the pit lane, isn't he? German's left the session. That's not good, because I'm sure that he had a new internet there, so that's a bit worrying there for German. But the championship looks like this. Lucas Percy, whatever happens here today, of course, he's not scoring, is he? Because he's not in the session, and he will still be leading the World Championship. Troy currently second at the Troy currently second one, of course, unfortunately missed last time out. And German has been disqualified for parking. I don't know where, but I do know that German was out on circuit, but he's been disqualified, and he will start 20th on the grid. Then that is disappointing for the season 6 world champion, and that is a horror show around here, I must say, because of look at that. That's appalling conditions out there, isn't it? Tango's just trying to control the car as much as possible. Look at that. There's puddles on the circuit as well. But the Season 6 World Champion, German, out of this session. That is a horror show for himself and the Alfa Romeo team. He's had a nightmare season, hasn't he, German has as well. I think he's on I think he has not, he's basically only finished like 10-20% of his races so far. So this is not ideal at all for German's point of view. Just watching Tango out on circuit as well. German's back in the session, but he's going to be starting 20th on the grid then, unfortunately. Milan, of course, also got a qualifying ban as well. So he'll be starting, well, I suppose, I thought he was going to be starting 20th on the grid, but he'll be starting 19th now, unless, of course, there's some other issues going on. Tango then just coming out of turn 8, I believe, of course. I still think this is going to be the longest race in terms of time, and if the weather is set fair for the whole of tonight's event, as Equaz is thinking about the medium tyres for some reason, if this weather is set fair for the whole event here tonight, of course, qualifying and the race itself, look at the rain. It is absolutely drenching the car of Tango, who is super subbing tonight in for Sam Green, I believe. And so yeah, Tango then Really is going to be fighting hard at this difficult condition indeed. Then look at that, then the rain is lashed down. I'm not sure how long this rain is going to last either. And now we're on to the new part of the circuit. Then, of course, in yesteryear and season 8 and before, we turned right just about there. But now look like we go straight on. We are taking 4 turns out, and as Knowlesy mentioned, then this is this lap time is now 10 seconds quicker than previous year. As Tango, goodness me, then a bit of Formula Drift and coming out of turn 17, I believe that was there. Out of the final turn again, and Tango set the fast time, and goodness me, just 10 seconds off a 2-minute lap there. That is how treacherous and appalling these conditions are at the moment now. Cooper's retired from the session, and that's not good. That is not good at all. And for Cooper, it's when the Alpha, he's gone straight off. He's gone straight off and into the wall, and that is a big blow for himself and the Ferrari team. That is not good at all. Then Immortal has found 2 seconds there. Chappers has gone third fastest there at the moment. But it's Immortal currently quickest at the moment in the Williams car. Of course, back on the podium last week was Immortal, wasn't he? So he's hoping to continue that trend then. And with Percy not here tonight, then I think there's Immortal. In Williams team, we're going to be looking to this man here, Immortal, to be flying the flag for the Williams team there. Crusher T, oh goodness me, also having an issue. And I think he's trying to find reverse there, but he's struggling at the moment, Crusher T. So I know he's actually letting something through there. So very wise there for Crusher T in the Red Bull tonight. Of course, super subbing in for Indigo, but Crusher T making a mistake there at turn 15. I think it was. Goodness gracious me, I'm getting my numbers confused. But Crusher T and Validator's time in. So here's Jay Higgs, and of course, driving the Williams tonight. Of course, remember, whoa, is Jay Higgs there almost spinning the car? But Jay Higgs, of course, and it's the first time this season that the Williams team has had to have a reserve driver in, because they have been 100% this season. Williams have far cry from last season. Of course, they finished 10th, and look at Jay Higgs there having to take a phase of action there into turn 8, and luckily. And look, and that was great. With that is actually really good reflexes there from Jay Higgs there, because if he was trying to continue to make the corner, he would have gone into the wall and out of this qualifying session. We've already lost 3 drivers in this qualifying session. This is qualifying 1 there. There's a 3-part qualifying. This is like standard in gold. Then German out of qualifying already. We have also lost Milan, of course, who's got qualifying ban, but at the moment there, it's not looking too bad for Milan, because he's dead. Worst thing could be now is 18th, with Coop crashing into the barrier earlier on this session, and just on board Jay Higgs' time, which is not going to be fair. It's not going to be, I don't think, too good this lap, so we'll have to wait till the next lap. Then out of the final turn comes Keza, who goes to third pass. It's been a revelation. Keza and Toy Coin has in the AlphaTauri, and the car 30 now in third position there. Look at the rain, that's absolutely appalling, isn't it? This is where the drivers, this is where you sit up and look and just look in awe with how these drivers can handle these conditions. And this is really where they earn their dollars, where they show, where they really show their skill is magnificent, isn't it? Sometimes it's very difficult to see some of the skill on display, but there's Liam going very deep into turn 1 at the moment. This rain is appalling out there. Box Tower, of course, won last time as well. I haven't even gone through the championship yet, have I? Shocking stuff. Hopefully I will in just a few moments. Here is Box Tower. It's, of course, making that turn, but very difficult indeed. Knowlesy out on circuit as well. Kaz is currently in the pit lane along the world champion Troy, who's back in action tonight as well. Yellow flag as someone has gone off again there, and I think it's Crusher T in the same place, and he's damaged the wing this time. Crusher T has, and that is not ideal for the Red Bull team. Was that Crusher T made a return to ALR back in Wednesday, I think it was. Well, Wednesday I should say. Box has gone 7 faster on there, but Crusher T just letting drivers through them, but he's got to come to the pits. So Crusher T is again new set of boots and a new wing as well, unfortunately for Crusher T. Marky trying to go for that, and here comes Keza, the only Alfa Romeo driver left in this one there. I'll read out your comments in just a few moments, ladies and gents. We got Liam just going over the Anderson Bridge, and Knowlesy, who's on the new part of the circuit as well, and it's quite bumpy down there. So we're going to we ain't going to see sparks in these weather conditions at the moment, but we might see some sparks if the track dries up later on this session, or if it dries up in the race as well. I still think this is the longest race in terms of time on the calendar, as Knowlesy goes 7th fastest, just in front of KD, who's also making his, I think, his second appearance in gold this season in the Aston Martin, and who's replacing Nigel at the moment, and as Nigel, unfortunately, not able to race that. Chaz out. Just 4 wheel corners to go then for Chaz on board now then with the Alfa Romeo driver. Of course, a 2-time pole sitter Chaz is in his career of ALR. Never won a race though, Chaz has. Now, intermediate tires, I think, for the McLaren team, well, they was very briefly, wasn't it? A lot of these cars will be fueled up and they're just going round and round then. Of course, mainly because they just want to get, they want to get in their eye in here, don't they? It's more about confidence than the actual, I think it's more about confidence at this stage as well. Here's Markey. Of course, oh, look at that there. Markey had an almighty smash with Percy back in Italy and had a 5-place grid penalty, which really hurt both. I don't think it hurt Percy as much. It may have cost him a win potentially, not sure. But he did get the podium in the end, didn't he, with a great second position there. But Markey, unfortunately, wasn't able to recover from that setback in qualifying. But let's see what he's the most unluckiest driver this season, Markey. He's had so much pace in the Alpine, but unfortunately, he hasn't been able to show it, has he? Going very deep into the chicane now of turn at 17. Now as he comes in to the final couple of turns out, accelerates away and Markey across the line going 7th fast as a fraction behind KD. KD has actually improved this time now and he's gone 15 seconds quicker than the Aston Martin to move himself up into 6th position there. Good stuff indeed there. Knowlesy going is down into 12th at the moment. Who else is out there? Equals has come out in the Aston Martin and Kaz out as well. And Troy is still in the pits at the moment there. As you can see, we've got 3 drivers out of the qualified already. If you just joined us, welcome. We have got Coop, who's gone into the wall at the end of Raffles at Boulevard, I think it is, which I know I've got that completely wrong. We've got Milano, a qualifying ban, and we've also got German, who got disqualified, which was not his fault there. I think he was, I didn't know he was out on track, to be honest, but he got disqualified, unfortunately. 6 minutes to go in this qualifying session. Kaz out on circuit now in the Red Bull. Both Red Bulls, and by the looks have got Butter looks like have had to get some subs in there, unfortunately. So yeah, Red Bull's horror show season. It's still continuing, isn't it, really, with the amount of drivers in those Red Bull cars. Tango thinking about going on to the intermediate tires. KD has moved himself up to 4th now. KD really starting to show his performance out there. Whilst we're on board of cars, let me go for the comments, shall we? Tango. Hello, Ted Tango. Eden Sean racing tonight, but before I do, before I do some things to watch out for. Tire temps are impossible to manage, so use of the hard tires may be large and aggressive. Maybe a use of hard tires may also large and aggressive curves too. And there's Tango there giving us some tips on those tires there. Good morning there from Kaz. Knowlesy, good luck to me. I'll need it. Echo, my favourite track. Move in. Bye guys. How are you all doing? And hi Sean, back for another awesome week of racing, definitely. Equals Goop. No one's out on the intermediate tires just yet then. Can't believe they didn't add my stature on this track. Echo saying some very unhappy. Echo is laughter. I think he won him after last season, didn't he? Tango saying that could be the worst driving experience I've ever had. The car didn't want to go, didn't want to turn or go, was literally driving on ice then. Favre strikes again there. He does indeed. Favre always seems to like to have a wet session, doesn't he? And never mind trying to stop then. 4 wets around this track is scary, Charles Palmer saying, and fillers and wetter. And, oh goodness me, yes, I do get very excited about KFC as well. As Chaz are going up into 2nd fast on their box out, gone fastest then. Intermediate tires are being thought about definitely in some of the garages then. Here is the Red Bull Crustier T, struggling to turn the car in. Here is the world champion. Love the Howard, by the way. Here is the world champion, Troy. And Troy is still second in the championship, but 4 points now separates himself from Boxtel. He's 73 points away from the championship leader, Percy, who's not here tonight. So it's an opportunity then for Troy to maybe reel in that gap. Maybe. Has moved himself in first round. Nosy has found some time there in fifth position there. And Aquas just jumping up into fifth as well, just on board with Troy as he is fighting the car going over the Anderson Bridge then before coming onto the onto this straight here. Then, of course, this is where the track starts to deviate here. Then, but here is Troy then as see one of the Haas cars. I think sorry, the AlphaTauri. He's just got out of the way. Now, I didn't see who it was there. Troy's first attempt here at the moment now, so it's Boxtel faster with Chazza in second, Keza in third, Mortal is fourth, fifth Equals, Knowles in sixth, and Toy Coin seventh, and KD eighth, ninth is Markey, Tango completing the top 10. Intermediate tyres for Tango, he had a pretty, he said he was like driving on ice, and the wet tyres we know are not the best tyre, are they, in all of Formula 1 there, because Pirelli's wet tyre is not much to be desired there. Troy straight on the pace straight away, 6/10 of a second clear of Boxtel there, so that is quite a emphatic time there for Troy then. I don't think the track has got drier. I don't think, anyways. I'm not allowed to look at stuff, but and look, Chaz has gone quicker now by 800 of a second. Then I reckon that this is a lot about to do with drivers getting confidence in the cars now. But yeah, this is good. I'm wondering unless there's a change of track conditions there. But still look at the puddles in the pit lane. It's absolutely appalling. Kez has retired from the session. And hopefully that's not something that's going to come back and bite on the old diffuser there. Equals coming out of the second intermediate split tyre as well. Just a couple more corners to go for Equals. And 2 laps he's done on these wet tyres. And look at the rain. It is absolutely appalling out there. As Charles saying, come on, Troy. He's doing a good job, Troy is, isn't he? Absolutely nailed it right from the get-go. Let's see what the second Aston Martin can do. Both Aston Martins are looking very strong tonight with KD and Equals. Across the line, Equals now replaces KD and into fourth position was KD dropping down into fifth spot at this moment in time there. Looking to see how the intermediate tyres do. And I'm wondering that if... as Nosy has found 3/10 of a second in the second split time now. Kaz is up into 10th now. Great stuff there from Kaz. I think it was KD who's done 6 laps. Yeah, he's done 6 laps on the old wet tyres there. As Tango taking a lot of curve there. And that is not going to help it. But let's see how these intermediate tyres can do that. As just coming up to the second intermediate time now. Second sector time now. And we'll see what the difference is. Is he improving then? And if he is improving, I would say that everyone's going to be... Yes, he's 2.5 seconds up in the second time. Everyone, and Troy's gone faster still then. By a 10th of a second, Troy is flying out there. However, I think anyone who's on wet tyres out there at the moment might be a bit concerned then, because we could see a big name dropping out of qualifying here. Kaz is still on the wet tyres, so is KD and Equals, Troy and Chaz are all on the wet tyres, and I'm wondering if that might be a wrong decision now. Let's see though, as Tango Alpha determined this is going to very much dramatically improve his outlook, and it does, but he's a second quicker. There's the second Haas in the background there of Liam Yeh, who's also on the intermediate tyres there. What about Immortal is just starting his time now, and there's yellow flags out there as one of the Aston Martins is crawling. Who is that? That's Equals crawling in the Aston Martin, and he's out of fuel, I think. That's why he's crawling. And I wonder if the 2 Aston Martins are going to be very concerned by this. And coming across the line is Boxtel to finish off his lap. To start his lap, I say Jay Higgs there starting his lap then. We've also got the McLaren, a slop then, about to start his lap then. So this is it then. It's all or nothing now. Here we go. Then. So there could be a few tears, I think. Then KD is into the pits now then. I love the helmet, by the way, from KD. He's out of the session, and so is Keza at the moment there as well. Both 6th and 7th, but I feel that them two might be a bit worried about this, as I feel that they may struggle now. Troy's invalidated his time then, so the Mercedes driver is I think it's all done. Yeah, checker flag is fluttering now in this Singapore, beautiful Singapore night sky, but I think anyone on the wet tyres who hasn't set a time on the inters is going to be concerned by this. Equals 5th, KD 6th, Kaz 7th. They're not going to stay there, I don't believe. What about that Red Bull then? I see a Red Bull just in front of us, and it is Kaz out of the fall turn. Kaz found 7/10 of a second in the end there for Kaz. He stays in 11th fastest, so so that should be okay. What about the Alpine of Knowlesy? I think I'm looking for it is, and here comes Knowlesy into the pits now. Troy has retired from the session now. Knowlesy into the pits as well. What about Kaza also coming into the pits? I don't think that. I don't think it's going to be that as dramatic as what I thought it was going to be, to be honest. Liam Yeh there, who I think he was fighting with someone. Liam Yeh going second fastest. A Haas 1-2 at the moment, with Tango going fastest there. Liam Yeh second. We are just, remember, we are only looking to be losing the bottom 5 drivers there, which at this moment in time is Hings and Slothman. Toy Coyne has gone fast. There's an Alpine just in front of us, and Jordan Boxtown going faster still. The intermediate tyres is surely the ideal way to go. And now we'd be looking for that, won't we, then, going into qualifying there on the Crush Your T's out of qualifying, Kaz out of qualifying as well. So Ferrari Champer just about makes it through by the skin of his nose comb there. And I think that some drivers have caught out by those intermediate tyres, but luckily we lost 3 drivers quite early on in that session, didn't we? So otherwise, I think there would have been some more tears there in the paddock. But as it stands, it is Boxstyle, Toy Coyne, and Slop then the top 3. 2 McLarens in the top 3. Good to see. Really good stuff indeed. Then the intermediate tyres, but a lot quicker than the wets in the end. Then, so I think going into qualifying 2, I think everyone will be now using the intermediate marked tyres, the green marked intermediate tyres. German out of qualifying. Milan down in 19th position there. 18th position was Coop. Then Crusher T 17th and 16th is Kaz. Both Red Bulls out of qualifying to proceed into qualifying 2 for the Singapore Grand Prix. Look at that. Knowlesy there in 15th, Keza in 14th, KD 13th, Quaz, Chaza and Troy 13th, 12th, 11th and 10th. Of course, all those drivers are on the wet tyres, but they seem to be quite cool. More cool than I was. Well, the rain has certainly eased off, hasn't it? And I think that is a sign that we will be having the intermediate tyres on now. Which is good, but I must say that the drivers certainly earned their paychecks, didn't they, in that opening qualifying session? Very difficult conditions indeed. Let's go for the drivers and the constructors, shall we? Because that's something I haven't done yet. And it is Percy who leads the way. 73 points in front of Troy in second position. But third position was Boxtown. Boxtown's got a chance to leapfrog Troy today if Troy has a difficult race. Fourth is Immortal then, of course. Immortal getting some... getting a podium then. Of course, Immortal's opening... Immortal's second... as Crusher T's after session. Immortal's... second half of the season has been pretty difficult, hasn't it, there? But I think that podium there is certainly going to elevate him up there. I say he's had a difficult second half of the season. He's still very high in fourth position now. He is, 47 points behind Box Style at the moment now. Milan in fifth position there, 10 points behind Immortal. And Equals in sixth position. Great season for Equals. Chaz in seventh with Keza in eighth position there. 1 point between Kaza and Keza. Sloth in ninth position now on 62 points. 10th position is German on 48, which is pretty impressive considering the fact that German has only finished about 20% of his races this season, hasn't he? I'll get you an accurate reflection of that in a minute. 11th position, Liam Yeh, then a point behind German. 12th position is Indigo on 45 points. 37 for Sam Green, and we've got 37 for Mr. Raging Bull, who, of course, had returned to ALR, of course, on Wednesday, but it's not racing tonight. 15th is Toy Coyne on 31 points. 23 points for Knowlesy, and Markey on 17, and very precarious, the bottom freedom. And then Coop on 16 points there, 1 point behind Markey. Nigel on 6 points, scored last about in the Dutch Grand Prix, which he was overjoyed with, I'm sure of it. And Chappers on 1 point in the Ferrari. Constructors Championships looks like this. There's everyone almost out on circuit now, goodness me, as Chappers coming out as well. In the Constructors' Championships, Williams now have got a massive lead of 103 points now. Owen McLaren, who was second, and they have leapfrogged Mercedes in the last week, haven't they? So Mercedes now jumped down into third. Then AlphaTauri has climbed their way all the way back up to fourth now, the Constructors' World Champions. Alfa Romeo are fifth, and they're 14 points behind their almost a namesake of the AlphaTauri. Sixth is the Aston Martin, 22 points behind the Alfa Romeo. Red Bull, free falling at the moment. They're on 89 points there, but really struggled as of late. Then Haas are only 5 points away from the Red Bull. They're in eighth. Alpine on 44 points and Ferrari on 39. The joint constructors The joint constructors, and there's Jay Higgs already invalidated this time, unfortunately. KD out on the circuit, and I think Immortal is going to be the first driver out, and he is indeed. And look how light this rain's got. I think the rain's going to stop soon. You know, that does have all the hallmarks, doesn't it? In the joint constructor, Mercedes leads the way now on 75 points, and from the Williams team in second. Third position is the Alfa Romeo team, 37 points behind the Williams. McLaren are in fourth, 144 points behind the Alfa Romeo team. Ferrari are in fifth position. Then we got Red Bull, only 14 points behind the Ferrari. Then it's so nip and tuck here. Listen to this. Alpine 2 points away from the Red Bull team. Then it is the Haas team 2 points away from the Alpine team. So close in the joint constructors. Aston Martin then 18 points further back as well. And AlphaTauri, who absolutely dominated the joint constructors last season, only in 10th position on only 329 points at the moment, which is pretty appalling considering the fact of how good they was last season there. And also then who's gone purple in the second sector time now. Good stuff indeed there for Immortal, as just having a look there. We have also got a movement saying Ferrari's doing what Ferrari do best on the wrong tyres. Equals Inters, goodness me, as movement saying, oh, ignore me. As I think movement was not convinced about those intermediate tyres there. We have also got that was squeaky bum moment there for Nosey then, as Nosey just about made it through in the quali too. Then guess those Inters were the right call. Chappers was saying that they certainly were at the end. They got Chappers out of qualifying one. Immortal's gone fast and a couple of tenths of a second in front of KD in car 13 at second at the moment. Keza has gone into second fastest there. We got McLaren behind us, and I think that McLaren is just starting his lap though. The Haas of Liam Yeh has gone third. Good time indeed there for Liam Yeh. But having said that, then Tango's just gone quicker than Liam Yeh, and he's on a 43.5 there. 300 of a second back from 300ths of a second back down from Keza, who is currently second at the moment. Markey in at sixth position. Jay Higgs is seventh. Abe is Sloth is invalidated his time, unfortunately. I'm just taking a look to see as Chaz is also invalidated as well. Equal's currently into the second final lap. Then we got a boxed out, almost finishing. Chappers is also finishing his lap, so we're going to stick with Knowles at the moment. Then, of course, in the Alpine car, just coming into 17 and 18 then. Good stuff indeed there for Knowlesy. Now accelerated into the final couple of turns out of it, and then Knowlesy going seventh fast. Unfortunately, both Alpines are the slowest of the time runners so far. That is not ideal for Marky or Knowlesy. And Boxstyle has gone into eighth position now. But Boxstyle is not going to be too impressed with that time, is he? What about Chappers then going at an eighth fast end of the far, just in front of Boxstyle? I think there's more in that McLaren that we have seen so far. Higgs is invalidated this time now, unfortunately. Who is that that's just got up the order? That's Equals going at sixth fast, and of course the newest winner in ALR Gold, then with a great win in Canada a few months ago now. Goodness gracious me. Time flies when you're having fun then. Immortal scampered up the circuit, and KD has just gone into second fastest. Oh gosh. KD going second fast, and a lot of these cars has probably been fueled up for more than one run. Then of course it's all about getting the confidence, isn't it? In these conditions, Tango going across the line to start another lap now. Yellow flag. There's when the Alpines is crawling down the back straight. I think that it's Nosey. Yes, Nosey just getting out of the way. Jay Higgs is on another lap now. Sloughing around there out of turn 3. That's not an ideal start to his lap then. Toy Coin there who's just started his lap as well. We're going to stick with Chaza for the minute. Then here he is, and the two-time pole sets. I think his first ever pole position was back in Japan of season 4 or 3. Goodness me. And there he goes then over the Anderson Bridge as well. Serious Mercer, and Sean, hello to Serious Mercer as well. And of course, just a quick update then, for Serious Mercer's point of view. We've had a wet qualifying session so far. It's still wet at the moment, but it's a lot drier than what it was then. As we had an absolute deluge, didn't we, in qualifying 1 then. Now it's turned into light rain. Of course, we've only got one out for Romeo left in this qualifying session. Of course, German out of qualifying now. Unfortunately, left the session and got himself disqualified, unfortunately. So that means he's been traded for the grid. Milan with a qualifying ban starts 19th, and Chaza going up to third then in the Alfa Romeo. German is back in the session. Good to see. Hopefully German now will still be 20th on the grid then. Is Sloth getting very close to that Armco there, or the Tech Pro there. What's the goodness me? As that car was very much refusing to turn there for the McLaren there. As there's a very slow Aston Martin KD then. I think he's almost out of fuel then, isn't he? On that back straight there. We've got Williams just in front of us, and I think that's Jay Higgs. It is Jay Higgs there. Sloth Venom almost losing the car, and the car behind Sloth is also losing that car as well. I'm not sure. I think it might have been one of the Haas cars then. Sloth out of the final turn. Sloth goes 13 fastest there so far. Toy Coin then has not set time just yet. Troy is on an outlap now. It is the bottom 5 drivers we are going to be losing. It is the bottom 5 drivers are going to be losing then in this one. Toy Coin has gone fast now. 2/10 of a second in front of Immortal, who's carrying the pits at the moment. Good time there for the AlphaTauri driver. Magnificent. I was watching Sean. I was just bugging Troy. Good stuff indeed then. Well, hopefully you've going to give him some good luck as well for Troy, as of course tonight then Troy, 3 wins this season for Troy there with 7 podiums, and still very consistent, isn't he? But I think that so far this season Troy has been a bit beyond the 8 ball, the world champion, as compared to Lucas Percy, who has been very much the measuring stick. But remember how close it was earlier on in this championship between Troy and Troy Percy. And I think Immortal was in there as well for a time being. It was a very close run thing, wasn't it, the top 3? But of course, Percy has really stretched his legs, hasn't he, over the past few races there, and really got a good stranglehold on the championship at this moment in time. But of course, we have still got... still got 8 rounds to go, so it's not done and dusted, not by a long shot, is it? I had to count then. Of course, we are in Singapore tonight, then we will head over to Japan for next week, before, no we won't, because I think we've got a break week next week, haven't we? But of course, we will be heading over to Japan then before we go to the new venue of Qatar, and I think that is a sprint race as well. And looking forward to Qatar. It is a very enjoyable circuit, and it is very much going to test the drivers, isn't it, to their absolute metal. Troy then out of 18, out of 19, then across the line, and then Troy going second fastest there. Matches, but can't beat Toy Coon's current fastest lap of this session so far. In ALR qualifying, if the clock reached 0 now, ALR qualifying would be Sloth, Chappers, Hings, Nosey and Markey. That's the bottom 5 at the moment. Liam Yes have got a 3/10 of a second deficit between himself and Markey. Equals is back on the wet tyres there, which I don't think is the right move there for Equals, but then again he might be just teasing us, to be fair. Chaz a couple of seconds down in the second split time. Look at that there. I thought it stopped raining then. I think we're just under the flyovers, haven't we? That's why there was no raindrops that come down then. I was like, oh, has the rain stopped as it then? I think we might get a bit of dry run towards the end qualifying 3, you know, then this rain is shifting, isn't it? We have got Noel Mushroom saying, where is Indigo then? I don't think, well, I'm not sure to be honest. I thought he was racing up until recently, but that's so yeah. So both Red Bulls have got super subs in again. Then, unfortunately for the Milton Keynes. Well, unfortunately or fortunately, then of course. Unfortunately, they're both out qualifying now. But let's see how the Red Bull team does at the moment. But it's not been a good start, and being 16th and 17th on the grid there for the Milton Keynes outfit. Keza then knows second sector time is about half a second up then, just over half a second up then, and so good stuff indeed then. Keza's low then. I am still expecting this one to be a long, hard slog of a race, and yes, we have lost 4 turns this season here in Singapore, so we are expecting a lap record as well. Troy has gone fastest on a 42.5, a whisker in front of Toy Coin then. Very close at the top of the border. Can Toy Coin get his first ever pole position of this season and career? But Kez has joined that party as well, and on a 42.7, and a bit beyond the 8 ball at the moment there is Keza, but he is still, only 2/10 of a second away, which ain't bad then. Yellow flag is, I think it's KD. No, listen, sorry, Len KD then. I think it's Equals just crawling up there at the moment then, as he is just trying to make sure he doesn't take any, well, to us, I think he's just getting his car harvested and ready to go for his quick lap there. On board Chappers then, who a late change to the intermediate times got him out of qualifying one, didn't there? Of course, his teammate Coop, unfortunately, out of qualifying as he crashed, didn't he, in turn 15, unfortunately, for Coop. And he'll be starting in 18th on the grid then for the Ferrari team. Then can Chappers there give the Ferrari team something to smile about that in this Singapore Grand Prix weekend. Then out of the final turn there for Chappers going in fast, and that's going to certainly put a smile on their faces. Brilliant stuff indeed then. Boxed out currently in 6th at the moment there on the intermediate tires. It looks dry there, doesn't it? As of course, as we go down into turn 7, and of course this turn is quite infamous if you're Hamilton fans there, as that's where him and Massa collided. That's also where Mark Webber and Hamilton collided, and that's also where his McLaren Mercedes of Lewis Hamilton back in 2012 caused him had a mechanical failure, and potentially, I think it was like a week or two later, he then signed for the Mercedes team, didn't he? And of course, the rest, as they say, is history. Troy still leads the way. Toy Coin is out of qualifying. A gold half of reserves. Yes, I think we got. We got a lot more. We got some more reserves in tonight, haven't we, there, which is pretty disappointing. Boxed out. Sometimes it can't be helped, of course, can it? But Gold does seem to have a lot of. I think they have. Gold has had the most drivers raced in the championship out of gold, silver, and bronze, and maybe even F2 as well, actually, potentially as well. So that's very interesting stuff indeed. Anyway, enough about let's not get on the old bandwagon here tonight then. As mainly that's mainly for tomorrow then when the work week starts, doesn't it? Boxed out of I was going to say 23 and 22. Boxed out fastest there by goodness me, over just under a second, and 9/10 of a second. He is quicker than Troy here. That's a very good time indeed then. Slotfed who's just started as well. Jay Higgs getting out of the way. Markey then who out of turn 15, and there's a Williams behind us as well. We got a Haas car just starting his lap then. Liam Yeh also starting his lap as well. There's an Aston Martin up there of KD who is also starting his lap then. So I'm going to stick with Equals across the line, and Equals goes 7 faster, matches his teammate there, but is tipped by 4,000 of a second between KD and Equals. Very competitive indeed then between the two cars. Good stuff indeed then, and we have got Markey starting. Markey just starting off his lap. Then 10 seconds go in this qualifying session. On board, Chazza then coming into the final stage of this one. KD is going to just about make it across the line now. Perfection there for KD, and he is on his final run. So that's it then. That is it then. So we now anyone who hasn't started their time, they cannot complete qualifying now. So let's see how this one goes then. Toy Coin and Troy have called it a day in qualifying then, but I must say in these weather conditions that's a bit sketchy. Keza goes third fast then, and that should see him safely through potentially. Let's see what the rest of them does. And Chaz has found 8/10 of a second in the second split time for the Alfa Romeo driver. Out the final turn then, and here comes Chaz. He goes second fastest. Look at that. Toy Coin and Troy down into 5th and 6th now. Maybe that was a bit too early then, as Boxhouse are crawling back into the pits. We've still got big names like Sloth, Jay Higgs, Knowles, Liamia, Tango have all in the bottom 5 at the moment there, isn't there? Let's see if they can get themselves out of qualifying here then. Oh my word, gosh, I think I've got a bit of man flu coming, you know, because I'm really struggling. But here comes Slothfen out of turn 18 and turn 19. And I think he's invalidated at the end there. He got a lot of understeer, didn't he? And I think it transferred to oversteer. And Tango just about makes it through. But that is not what Tango wanted. He needs to be higher than that. He's out of qualifying. Liam Yeh is through into qualifying 3, and that time was just not quick enough. Chapper said 1200 a second. I don't think it's going to be good enough, and it isn't good enough, unfortunately. What about Markey? Markey goes into stays into the top 10, and Jay Higgs goes 12th fastest now. What about Knowlesy? Knowlesy's found 4/10 a second. Can he get through into qualifying 3? No, he can't. He stays 14th there. And in the end, Toy Coin and Troy was all fine there. Of course, the Royals from F2 might be. Looks like we're also going to be rivals in Formula 1 as well. It's great to see. Tango out of qualifying, unfortunately. That's disappointing. That's disappointing for Tango. Jay Higgs and once again showing that he has got pace, hasn't he? He's doing a great job, Jay Higgs, this season, and deserves a full-time seat, doesn't he? We got Chappers in 13th and 12th for Knowlesy. 14th for Knowlesy, but it is Sloth who's going to be kicking himself because he had overs. I think he had a bit of understeer, didn't he? Then it really caught the McLaren out in turn 19, and that that was a track invalidation there, which deleted his time, and unfortunately Sloth down in 15th position, and that's disappointing for the McLaren team and for Sloth himself. So we're going to be focused on the bottom 5 here, which is Sloth, as we just heard then. Sloth making a mistake on the final corner. Knowlesy in 14th, Chappers in 13th, Jay Higgins in 12th position. 11th for Tango there, 10th for a second, just over 10th for a second between himself and Markey. Markey squeezing through there towards the end then, so good stuff indeed there. But as the rain is still falling lightly, I was hoping it might clear up for the end of qualifying here, but it hasn't done so far. But it is Boxtel currently fast as they're going into qualifying 3 with Chaza, Immortal, Kaza, Troy, Toycoin, Liam, KD, Equels, and Markey are all scrubbing away for pole position and for the Singapore Grand Prix. And you can see the rain is still lightly coming down, isn't it? There were 12 minutes to go in this session. Because this is such a long circuit, we are only expecting 2 runs in this qualifying. And of course, there are 4 sets of intermediate tyres there. So some drivers may not have any fresh intermediates left, especially if they use some in qualifying 1 there. But let's see how that one transpires. Unfortunately, we do not have a graphic for used tyres, do we? Could be some upsets tonight, serious rushers. I think that there's already been a few, hasn't there, tonight? That Gurman, one of them. There are technical issues once again for Gurman, has really curtailed his event so far. And Singapore is difficult to overtake then. Difficult to overtake at the best of times then, but that is going to be difficult indeed then. Not a very good lap. Troy was saying from himself, and we got a pole for pole then. So who's going to be on pole position then for the Singapore Grand Prix? Boxtel, Troy, Chaza, or Immortal then. Get your votes in then. Boxtel has got 71% of the vote at the moment now, hasn't he? So I think that he might be one of the favourites, you know. Liam Yeh out early then in the Haas car. So Liam Yeh then is going to be the first driver to set a time on the board then. Troy will get pole, serious risk of saying that. Well, he got 10 votes for the pole position. Boxtel 6%. 20% for Morsel, 10% for Chaza, 10% there for Troy, but that keeps changing every time I read it out then. But we'll keep an eye on that poll and see who actually gets pole then for the Singapore Grand Prix, of course. Whilst we're having a bit of a lull in proceedings, let's just take a quick preview, a quick cheeky plug about what's going on for the ALR this week. I think we have a break week next week, don't we? So of course, and this is going to be the last week of ALR action, apart from F2, which I think we're going to be racing in Italy then to catch up on the race we missed a few weeks ago then for Formula 2. After tonight here in Singapore, then the drivers will have a well-deserved rest week next week, won't they? But we got the Singapore races. That rain feels like it's getting heavier again then. So maybe it's a good decision there to get out onto the circuit now then, whilst the rain has it its lightest potentially. KD is still in the pits at the moment though. But so we got silver action there for Singapore tomorrow night, 7:30 UK time. Then we have bronze, 7:30 UK time on Tuesday. Then we have Formula 2 as well in Italy on Wednesday as well. Then let's see. It's a 2-week break. Next race is the 5th of November. Goodness gracious me. And of course, the reason why he's got a 2-week break there is Liam Yeh has taken a lot of curb there. And unfortunately, that lap is going to be not counted here because that is a lot of curb he's taken into turn 1 there. We're going to stick with Equals for the moment there. As he's taking a few bites of the cherry. Yesterday there, Equals was down into turn 1. But he made it stick nonetheless. Then you have 2 weeks of break then because we are in the America side of Formula 1 now. We have Austin, Texas, the Circuit of America, which is this weekend. And I think there's a sprint race as well, isn't it? And then, of course, we've got the Mexican Grand Prix as well. So yeah, we got a 2-week break then for ALR at the moment. I reckon Box Stars at Air Cooper saying then, please don't be raining for bronze up out loud, as I haven't even practiced this track yet in the dry, let alone in the wet then. Remember the 5th of November. Kaza is asked about the weather. At the moment it's wet, but that's as far as I know. Slayer, bronze will be the highlight Tuesday. Got it right on the tyre call in the end then. We were saying then, I think tonight's race will be will be interesting from Slayer's point of view as well. Both Slayer's racing side to this, but I think that some must have just squeezed in front then of Slayer towards the end of that, towards the end of that queue as well. I think it's also the Rugby World Cup playing times. It's France against someone. I must admit, and Slayer's gone for Troy for pole position. I must admit, at time I thought that I was trying to keep up the Rugby World Cup thing, because I don't think they play every week, do they? I think it's like every day. I think it's just like on the weekends, or something like that. But yeah, I need to get into it. So of course, I have to be a bit more patriotic, don't I? Here's Equals in the Aston Martin out of the final turn then, and Equals goes fast at the moment to start us on our journey of qualifying free, I should say, then, as we're deep into the qualifying journey now. 7/10 of a second quicker than Equals is a Molto. So a Molto trying to get to, I think this will be his first pole position of his career in ALR. If he can get it here tonight, it's a golden opportunity. Markey currently slows the time runner so far, and the Alpine. We got Keza going fast, and he's in the 39 set. I think that's the first driver to be in the 39 set here tonight. Great time indeed there for Keza. Then Troy in a third position there, because look, it's an AlphaTauri 1-2. It's flashback to last season then with Toy Coin, who's never on pole position either in his career, and he's a whisker 202nd in front of Box now, who's gone second fast. He's on the front row of the grid. And it is Keza, then it's Troy, Chaza, Immortal, Equals, Markey, KD and Liam, yeah, both into the pits as round one of the qualifying. But certainly, round one of the qualifying free attempts goes to Toy Coin. He's never been on pole position in his career of Formula 1. In Formula 2, he's been on pole position 6 times, hasn't he? He's certainly a single lap hawk shoe, isn't he? Toy Coin is and at the moment he is sitting very happily on pole position at the moment now. And I don't think Toy Coin was in the pole for pole, was he? He wasn't. We should have had over, really, shouldn't we? Right, where am I? So we got. I was going to be racing, but reserve showed last minute. Maybe tomorrow for a change. Then third in a row for Q2. I'll take it. Considering silver for car thief. Silver for car thief. Serious Russian was saying as well. As I think that Chappers did a very good job to get. Of course, he switched to the tyres at the right time in qualifying to get into qualifying 2, but unfortunately was unable to get into qualifying 3 there. But he can get some good points there from there. I can see that. Can't see the check-in for it, Slayer is saying. And of course, that's mainly because the reserves get first dibs then, albeit some of them have been a bit useless this year. Toy Coin there, who is, I think, just racing to come back in the pits. And here's KD then. What can KD do? I think that KD has definitely got a shot of maybe being on pole position. I certainly think the Aston Martin driver does. Let's see, though, if he can do it or not. Then yellow flag is out in 4-4, so it's Troy then just crawling back to the pits as well. Light rain out here still. I don't know what the rain is going to be for the I'm not sure what the rain is going to be for the race itself, but of course, so whether we're going to have light rain or not remains to be seen. Then as Chaz are going for another lap. Then Keza 6400 a second up in the down in the first split time. Then Keza going for 2 bites to the cherry here, which might have been the reason why he's a couple of tenths of a second shy of his teammate Toy Coon, who's currently going for pole position at this moment in time. Then. Now as we go over the Anderson Bridge as well, of course, a lot of changes in the Singapore circuit over the years. And one thing that I'm really upset about is that we lost, of course, the beautiful Singapore swing then, which I absolutely love that chicane. We've got a new configuration of circuit as well this season. If you just joined us here in ALR Formula 1 tonight then, and hopefully you've got the Rugby World Cup on simultaneously as well. Of course, there is a change to the track at this stage here. And of course, it used to veer right. Now we go straight then, of course, and then the circuit used to rejoin about here. Well, now, of course, it's just a straight then. And I really wish that they put a DRS out, because that would have been perfect, wasn't it? Toy is a reserve, so he shouldn't be in the pole. And that's right, Becca. Well, actually, Toy Coin is a full-time driver in Gold. Now then, of course, Toy Coin was promoted back in the Belgian Grand Prix. He's done a superb job. Toy Coin, it's Chaza in the pits as well. That's the problem with Keza and Chaza, isn't it? Oh, goodness me, I always get myself so confused. KD currently on circuit as well. Look at that. Doesn't it feel that the track is getting drier and drier? It looks very greasy, doesn't it now? But the puddles have certainly been washed away by these Formula One hoovers. And down the back straight, I don't think this is Raffles Boulevard. You know, I've been calling it Raffles Boulevard for ever and a day, which I think that's absolutely Boulder Dash, isn't it? Here's KD coming out of turn 15 as well. There. Now then, as you can see that on this straight here, you can see the beautiful Ferris wheel just in front of us. Now, I don't think many people will be. Well, actually, I think there's a closed Ferris wheel, isn't it? So perhaps the people on there will still be enjoy themselves, albeit the weather has not been too nice so far in this qualifying session now. And KD across the line there, look at that, a snap of oversteer there, got third fast in the end, and he's on the second row of the grid now. KD is there. He has gone slightly different to everyone else, and I wonder if that's because he hasn't got any more intermediate tyres left for this qualifying session. So I'll go after support him now then, as he's my teammate in F2. Of course, and that is the Campos team as well, which they are starting to really elevate themselves up the order in the F2 Teams Championship as well, aren't they? I can't remember what the order is, but I'm sure that Campos... Are they leading, actually? They might be leading the Teams Championship. You never know, to us. Then again, the F2 is on Wednesday then, I must say, yes. I struggle to even remember what I had for dinner today, so goodness me, big bet to Wednesday is a bit of a tall order. Alright then, here comes Liam Yeh. So Liam Yeh is only doing one run now. He made a mistake on his opening qualifying attempt and taking a lot of curve there into turn 5 then, but now he's going down the back straight then. And look at that then, it is so, the rain is easing up so much now, it's barely raining at all. I think it stopped, you know. Or it's certainly just about to stop then, so maybe it's going to be last man across the line here, because these Formula One machines are really good at... These Formula One machines are really good at drying up circuits, aren't they? So maybe it's going to be last driver across the line. We've got 1 minute to go in this session. We've got a lot of drivers on the outlaps here. So goodness gracious me then. I wonder if Liam might have fueled up for one more run, you know. Or is this going to be it then? Is it going to be all or nothing now? As we go over the Anderson Bridge then, of course, and now we come down at not at Raffles Boulevard here. Usually DRS is about at this stage here. KD out of qualifying now. He's third at the moment. KD is there. However, I am a bit concerned that KD ain't going to stay there because of the rain has stopped now, hasn't it? As Liam, given a bit of a wide berth on the exit of 15 there, so he's just making sure he's keeping it all in hand here. There's a car right in front of him here, and that is surely going to hurt Liam Yeh's time here. I think that is certainly distracted, and he might have got in the way as well. And it's one of the AlphaTauris there, so Liam Yeh is going to probably be very unhappy with that. Across the line, he goes 5th fastest there for Liam Yeh, and the Haas. 17 seconds to go now then, as the final couple of cars comes across the line now. Boxtel, who is 8-10, just looking up. Boxtel is then, and here he comes then, and he can do one more run if he can then, but Boxtel across the line is pole position there for Boxtel, and going for his 4th pole position of the season. He is very much a pole mastermind, isn't he? Him and Milan, I think, are the 2 quickest drivers in terms of a single lap in ALR Gold, and they're very incredible talent to have indeed then. Markey, 1.5 seconds up, and if he carries on then, he will be in front of Equals here. Yellow flag then, down in turn 7 then. Markey's gone third fast in the Alpine. That's an incredible time there. As I think that now we are going to be... there's a yellow flag somewhere down this part of the lap, and we have got a lot of drivers then in a very confined space here, which is a bit of a worry. 6/10 of second up, Troy is at the moment there on the. That is not enough though to bother pole position at the moment, which is Boxtel here. Let's see what Troy can do, but I feel that he is not in the game at the moment, is he? Troy is at the world champion car 70. What has he done in the fast sector? His 2nd fastest there. Oh, for goodness me. Pull a slipper in my face, because that is absolutely, I was talking absolute rubbish. Chaz's 2nd fastest there, goodness me, could have had his 3rd pole position of his career tonight, but it's not to be. Equals then, who's 10th fastest at the moment there, out of the final turn. Equals going 6th fastest, and KD dropping down the order now, unfortunately. Kez, who's just coming into the final stage, and here's Toy Coyne, 6/10 of second up there. Toy Coyne needs a bit more in the final sector. He does it! He's on pole position there! Great time indeed, Immortal going 5th fastest there. What about Keza? Keza going full fastest, and I think that is all done and dusted. Is Toy Coyne on pole position then for the first time in his Formula One career. Toycoin on pole position in his 5th race start. Magnificent. Absolutely incredible. Toycoin has very much been amazing in quality in Formula 2, and now he's brought that form over to qualifying, over into Formula 1 qualifying. Toycoin's first pole position of his career in ALR by 0.2 of a second there. I said he might need something special in the final sector. He certainly did it. That is AlphaTauri's first pole position of the season as well tonight. Magnificent stuff indeed. Well done then for Toycoin, and I'm sure he's going to be overjoyed with that then. In only his 5th qualifying, in ALR Gold, he has got pole position now in front of Boxstar with Chazza third and Keza 4th. Serious Russia has confirmed that Campos are leading the team's championship in Formula 2. Thank you very much, my good sir. Get in, coin. Mushroom is saying as well, just lurk it. I'm just popping to the shop now. Laugh out loud. Moomin is saying, and hopefully you get something nice. George, I do fancy some fridge raiders, to be honest. You can see that the rain has cleared off for the moment now as we get ready for the start of those of the Singapore Grand Prix. A very brutal circuit this one is indeed. And now as we get ready for the start of the Singapore Grand Prix. Boxstar won the pole for pole, but it was Toycoin who's got his first pole position of his career. So congratulations to Toycoin. Also, just a quick shout out to Troy making his 80th Grand Prix start tonight in ALR Gold. So happy 80th to Troy, the world champion, and hopefully he can have something to celebrate in terms of getting a good result here tonight then as well. Nosey making his 94th Grand Prix start tonight, and Immortal making his 30th Grand Prix start there as we're just waiting for the drivers to sort themselves out then. As I think the Kaz I should say, or Kaz. Goodness me, there's too many Kezas and Chazas in this, isn't there? Good gosh, there. But I think that he's starting on the medium tyre there. So happy 80th then to Troy tonight then. Good luck then. This would have been Nigel's 100th start if he was racing tonight then. But however, we'll have to wait for that accolade for a couple of weeks then. And we'll celebrate it in style in the Japanese Grand Prix. So, medium tyres for Boxstar, for Troy, for Kaz, and for German. Everyone else is on the hard tyre. And we're going to go from the grid then, and I'm going to do it from back to front, because I like doing it from back to front, because Nosey does it back to front as well in Silver, and it's cool. German, who had a nightmare start to this session tonight, he's down at the back of the grid in Singapore. 3 DR zones down from overtake, but I must say that he is going to be fighting an uphill battle tonight. Milan were qualifying ban down in 19th position there, but can he get some points? Coop had an issue in qualifying, didn't he? He crashed in qualifying. Hopefully he's got that out of his system and he can have a good race. 17th position is Crusher T with Kaz in 16th position now in the Red Bull. Both Red Bulls 16th and 17th on the grid. Sloth made a mistake in the end of qualifying too, which condemned him to 15th unfortunately. Knowlesy is 14th in the Alpine with Chappers in 13th. He's satisfied with 13th. Jay Hings once again showing he's a real talent then in this sport, and he's 12th at the moment on the grid then, and can he get some points for himself in the Williams team? This is the first time that Williams needed a substitute driver in gold. 11th is Tango. Tango was not happy with his final lap there, was he? As unfortunately it was not happy with his final lap there, was he? Tango was missed out on the top 10. Liam then in 10th position as well there, as I'm not sure if Liam would have got impeded by the AlphaTauri or not then, but we'll find out. I'm sure it certainly would have distracted him. It may not have impeded him, but certainly distracted him, but he's 10th there. 9th position is Katie in the Aston Martin there. I think his time was slightly too early for Katie, wasn't it? But he certainly had the pace to be up there. 8th is Equals. Markey in a superb 7th there. Can he get some points for the Alpine? 6th is Immortal on his 30th Grand Prix start tonight. Happy 30th. Troy on his 80th Grand Prix start, the world champion, and in 5th position. Can he start to eat into Percy's lead then? He is 5th. Keza in fourth. We've got an Aston Martin. It's the wrong way round in the background. Keza in fourth. Third is Chaza. Boxstyle medium tires in second. And Toy Coin is pointing his car directly in the path of Boxstyle here. We know what he's thinking. He wants to defend, and someone's been disqualified, but hopefully he'll get into the race in the not too distant future there. And now we are ready to go in the start of Singapore. It's lights on, lights off. Is it go? It is now then. Toy Coin there cutting across and boxed out already. And that Red Bull in the background is slow away then as he go into turn one. And Toy Coin has, he's got a bit snaky. And now boxed out's going on the inside of Toy Coin. And those medium tires are certainly going to fire out quicker than the hards. And boxed out's making it work beautifully here. And boxed out takes the lead. Then Kez has moved up past to Kazza, because Chazza's had an appalling run there. And going down into turn one there. So he's down in fifth position. Then we got Marky who's got past the Mortal. And Marky now in the sixth position. Mortal seven for Equals, and the two Aston Martins I think have come together. And Equals, and oh dear, that is not ideal for the Aston Martin team. Oh goodness me, Equals is going to be furious. That was it, or was there something else? KD down to 12th position. But he's back up into 11th now. And passes Chappers, who's dropping down the order as well. Chappers down into 13th position. And Sloth squeezing through as well at 3 positions. German is up 6 positions. And the former champion German is, of course, technical gremlins over the season there. But now let's see what he can do. Chappers going very deep, and that is going to allow German to have a sniff. And no DRS yet. And of course, as DRS will be available at the end of the second lap. Now here comes German, and he's having a look, but no dice at the moment. And Milan almost into the back of German there, and just about avoiding what would have been quite crucial. Critical damage then to the Mercedes there. Well, it's Toy Coin then, I think, has glanced the outside wall there. But Troy is out in the second position. Lap one completed, then the gap is 1.5 seconds there. But Troy has made his way up in the second position there. In third and fourth is the two Alpha Tauris then, with Chazza down in fifth position there. Terrible start for Chazza. Disappointing for Chazza then is Keza made his way, stays his way in fourth position there. Sloth up 3 positions, German up 6, Milan up 4, Coop up 2 positions as well, down 12 positions, Equals. We've seen the end of the incident between the two Aston Martins, and here is Toy Coin, yellow flag in one, is Crust Your Tea is off the circuit there in the Red Bull, unfortunately. Toy Coin now just not quick enough. We've got yellow flags again now. Down into, whoa, look at that, German's past Chappers in the Ferrari up into third. Oh, and Chappers has lost out to Milan as well as they are flying through the field. The two Ferraris are now going into combat as well in 15th and 16th. But Milan and German are flying through the order quickly here, and they want it. They want to get the job done here, don't they? Wow, incredible start here. Very good stuff indeed then in the... very good stuff here in the opening stage of Singapore. And of course, so we had it apart from a Tango Team 2 Aston Martins. And unfortunately, Crusher T had an issue. I think everything else seems to have gone all straight. Everything seems to have been all fine. But just like I say that, we got Crusher T. Oh, he's gone into the barrier now. Crusher T has having a couple of issues in the Red Bull and near the back of the field. Unfortunately, going to complete lap 2. DRS will now be online. Then it's not going to worry Boxstyle because Boxstyle is streaking away at the moment with Troy in second. On board with Toy Coin then in front. That he had his first pole position there, but however he has lost it, hasn't he? To the two medium shot cars of Troy and Boxstyle at this moment in time then. In terms of the weather, then we've had appalling weather so far in qualifying. However, the race seems to be okay. And of course, Singapore, the first ever night race back in 2008, as the Alfa Romeo of Chazza squirreling there on the old rear, struggling to get the power down at one. And it's a long old race, this one is, in Singapore here in the Marina Bay. So, yes, we've lost 4 turns still, and it's 10 seconds a lap quicker. But still, this is going to be an absolute test of drivers' mettle and concentration on this one, I'm sure. Down the back straight as well, Crusher T into the pits then for the Red Bull then. So Crusher T, I think he is on the medium compound tyres now, the Red Bull driver is then, and he should be back out then. I think he may have got damage on that last spin as well. Unfortunately, German using the medium tires to absolute perfection here, isn't he? However, one thing I am impressed with is Milan, who's on the hard tires, is also flying through the field as well. And you can see then that all the drivers are now starting to really get into things. And the field spread around there is going to be quite apparent, isn't it? Of course, it's a very simple and very obvious thing to say, but you will be on the power. You will be on the power a car's length in front, car's length before the driver behind you, which is very apparent on the street circuits there. Slotfeld getting a bit wobbly there at the exit of turn 17, I think that was. And Slotfeld is now very much enticing German there. Can German have a look there? Markey is lost out to Immortal down into turn 1. As well, German there going deep into turn 1, then he scampered off the circuit. German has there, and he's right on into the path of Milan in 13th and 14th at Bond. Of course, both drivers said did not take part in qualifying for two different reasons. And of course, German technical problems in the Alfa Romeo. We just seen a flash for his teammate in front of us. And Milan were a qualifying bump, but now they are very much trying to get themselves up the order. Tango is lost out to Liam. Yeah, I'm wondering if Tango may have let his teammate through there. As of course, Tango then, who looks to be the slower than the two drivers so far in this stage. Then Troy has lost 2 seconds already to Boxtel. Toy Coyne then is all over the gearbox now of Troy as well here at this stage. Boxtel leading the way, and as it stands, Boxtel will take the second position in the World Championship. With, of course, I'm not going to count anyone shaking before they hatch yet. But of course, Percy being 73 points in front, it seems to be. It does seem to be a battle for second on there. Katie's on an awful run over the Anson Bridge there, and looking at that as Sloth up the inside there, and Kerman very opportunistic there, taking a position and might be able to take a second one here. No DRS down this straight then, as KD and Milan almost coming together then, as KD just squeezed in the Mercedes driver there. Contact there, I think, in the background. KD having to get off to get onto the escape road there, but KD is crawling and really struggling, isn't there? As he's lost, he's in the pits. KD is. I'm wondering that has he got damage there? KD has that. Well, he's in the pits now, just about slowing down. And oh dear, then that's a very early stop for KD. That is unscheduled. And who is that then? I think that was Knowles having a look at Coop then to see if we can get past. Unfortunately for KD, right at the back of the field. Both Aston Martins are really struggling at the moment, aren't they? I don't think that was as Troy Coyne is through and up into second position, passes Troy, and now has he got the pace to get after Boxstar as well. We've also got a Motor making his way up into fifth position, and with the Alfa Romeo of Chaz Drum down into sixth. Markey is still in the facility as well. On board there once again with Milan, who is trying to get past Slop now. German up into limitation. Milan up into 13th, driving superbly well at the moment there. I'm just now on board with Milan. Then, of course, goodness me, been action all over the place so far. So KD is now into the medium tires, but KD and Crustier T are very much going to need a safety car, I feel, to get themselves back into this one. On board now, can Milan then have a look? Then he's got the pace, he's got the DRS, he has the inside line, takes 12th position there. Milan there driving superbly well, and up in the order then. Toy Coyne is already extended his gap between himself and Troy. He's already out of DRS range. There's a Motor. I thought he was in the wall there, very close to being in the wall as well there for Motor. Then, but just about keeping out there. Chaz in sixth then at this moment in time. Then, so we've had a couple of pit stops then, a bit of some unscheduled ones. Toy Coyne is flying out there at the moment, isn't he? Is the medium tire struggling to going off already? Are they? I'll be absolutely dumbfounded if that is the case then. But goodness me, we've seen stranger things. And Jay Hings in 10th position now, driving superbly well. Of course, substituting there for the championship leader Percy tonight then, but Jay Hings once again is showing some incredible racing pace and craft there. Troy down to 4th position there. Liam, cutting across Markey and going over to 8th, but German is out past there. Jay Higgs and over to 10th position there. A lot of overtakes there. Knowles, he passes Coop. Liam is off the circuit. Oh no, Liam is off the circuit. He's going to have to do a 5-point turn here just to get himself going again then. But Liam, I don't think we didn't see what happened there. But Katie back in the pits again. So issues again for the Aston Martin driver. And of course, unfortunately, both Aston Martins in the heart of top 10. Now having an absolute nightmare of a race. And Katie back on the hard tires now then. So I'm not sure. We don't know if he had to have a change of wing or whatnot. Just watching Liam recover. But he's down in 16th position position now, isn't he? Now Marky and Tango here getting very close to Tango in as well here. But as Katie has got 5 seconds penalty for crossing the white line then. Marky having a look then, but no dice set as Tango has got that position in number 27 position. And German is now in the facility as well in 9th position, flying out there. German isn't he, on board. Lucas Percy would say I'm fuming on missing the race, but definitely needed a holiday after a big 2 years without one. Good luck at Malta is Percy saying, and enjoy Percy. The only thing I'm not enjoying is losing 25 points to Fox at this moment. Double Gurney with a double overtake, just how he likes those burgers then. And also we got tyres bad around here then, which is why I don't think we're going to see the soft tyres, I don't think at all. Troy is really, contact there between Troy and a Mortar, and Troy trying to go on the outside here, but Troy is dropping down. He's dropping down the order now, isn't he? Troy is there. He's had a good start to this race, but Liam is in the pit, so he has got some damage in the Haas car, and Liam has gone to the medium tyres. He's going to shift into a 2-stopper along with Christian T, and I think the KD's going to have to come in the pits again as well. But Troy dropping down the order now. He is now sunk into 5th position, hasn't he? The world champion now struggling out there. Troy is really struggling out there, isn't he, there in that Mercedes? I'm wondering if the tyres have gone, but Bogstall's tyres seems to be all good. Milan in the top 10 now. Chaz up into 5th position now. Troy down into 6th. And a lot of overtaking on here so far, isn't it? Goodness gracious me. Fantastic start then to the Singapore Grand Prix. Got a multiple there flashing in front of us. Do not worry about that. If you're new to Formula 1, that just means that multiples harvesting, getting some deployment back in the ERS. Serious Russia, just mentioned the ERS. Serious Russia said that the top guys are out of ERS. We've just seen a mortal struggling, and you see we're on board now with German, who also might be struggling as well, as Milan is in the pits. What's happened to Milan? As he was coming through the field like a hot knife through butter. The Mercedes mechanics already. Is this a change of strategy then for the Mercedes team? No, it's a change of nose cone there, so this is an unscheduled stop there for the Mercedes, and that is a nightmare for Milan. He will be back out of the pits now. He's not going to get out in front of Liam yet, unfortunately, but that is not ideal for Milan's progress. That is unfortunate. German there just a bit too far back from Markey, who's in 8th position there. Markey, who is, as I've mentioned there, all the season that he has just really struggled, hasn't he, Markey has, just with getting a decent... You're just getting with a bit of luck, Breachbron. 17 points there for Markey in 10 races is not what represents his season. He has had true pace this season, Markey, especially in qualifying, but he just hasn't been able to make the most of that with issues in the race out or some kind of shenanigans going on there. But unfortunately for him, unfortunately for Markey, only getting 17 points so far this season was pretty disappointing there. German there at the moment, I think this is about on track, I think, out there. It is indeed that. Gap in the front is 2.1 seconds there as Toy Coin is starting to try and reel in Foxtown. Both AlphaTauris are 2nd and 3rd. Good stuff indeed. A Mortal 4th with Chazza in 5th. Troy down into 6th and Tango 7th. Markey 8th. German 9th. Jay Hings is going in 10th position there. Stop so far has been Crusher T, KD, Liam and Milan. All 4 of those drivers have come in unscheduled there and have had to change a wing, or I believe they've had to change a wing name, because there is no real point in coming to the pits apart from that then, unless there is some kind of tyre damage, which I would have been surprised by. But we are expecting a lot of tyre wear in this one, aren't we? Serious much have already mentioned it in the on the stream. As that the tyres are going to be very much put through their pace, along with the drivers as well. Vauxhall's had a mega opening sector there, as he has extended his gap to 0.3 of a second there. It doesn't sound like much in real world, does it? But in Formula 1, that can be night and day in this Grand Prix. And at the moment, Toy Coin and Vauxhall certainly romping away there with Keza about a 2.5 back at the moment. Leaving at the fast off the race. Markey out of control there. We heard about the thermal, about keeping the tyre. As Markey's off the circuit there, we see him snaking around then, and I was about to say about the thermal tyre. VRC is out there. We heard about the thermal tyre issues around here, and unfortunately, I wonder if that's what's happened to Markey, but he's in a strong 8th position up to that point. and I think that the tires have overheated. Then, and when the tires overheat, it's very difficult to get those to get that back down. But Marky, unfortunately, has damaged his car as well, so he's got to come into the pits there. And look at that, the Alpine, the front of the Alpine is a bit of a mess, unfortunately, for Marquis, and that is not ideal at all. Then any drivers that have pitted already will need a safety car, I think, to get themselves back into this one to get a good result, I think, out of this one, this race now. Hard to starting to be better, be a better tyre there. And of course we'll find, and of course Troy just dropping down in the line. He's stabilised ever so slightly now, but Troy is actually taking the opportunity to pit. So is Tango here. I'm surprised that Tango's at the pits. And let's see then, there's Troy into the pits out for the Mercedes team, stops on his marks there. And Troy now into the hard tyres until the end of the race. Drive-through penalty for Milan then. It just goes from bad to worse for Milan, unfortunately. That is a big blow indeed then. Tango onto the medium tyres. So Tango has gone to a two-stopper, I'm sure of it, here then. And Equaz then, who I think was in the pits earlier on then, is now is now in front of these guys. And of course the overcut around here is quite apparent then. German is also onto the mediums as well. So anyone who was on the mediums have gone onto the hard tyres now. Boxstar had to stay out, and the tyre temperature gets in ridiculously high here. Hard to manage, Serious Mushroom was saying then, and I feel that might be what occurred with Markey, and why Markey lost it then in turn 9 then. Troy through and passes Kaz, and up into 12th position now then. Equaz just in front of us, but Troy is now coming to the pits, and it hasn't looked too rosy for Troy so far in this race. He got himself up to second then, but he's lacked pace, Troy has. However, he will have he's in the monstrous undercut there because, for example, Marky, was it Marky? I can't remember who came in the pits early now. Goodness gracious me. But I can't remember what I was going to say now. But yeah, the undercut here is going to be quite apparent. I think it's going to be a two-stop for all Serious Rush is saying that. Oh my word, there. So I was expecting going to be a one-stop there. Look at the tire marbles there on Tango. But Serious Mushroom thinks it's going to be a two-stopper around here. So it's Crushed Your T out of the race there. I think he's going to the pits and called it a day for the Red Bull out of the Grand Prix. Kaz is doing well in 14th, I must say. Good 17 there for Kaz so far. Gap in the front is now down to 1.6 seconds, 1.7, as the gap has been shrinking, hasn't it now? With just as Serious Rush said that the medium tyres are now going to be screaming, aren't they? As German's gone very wide then. As Kaz is off the circuit, that's why German went wide there. And then Kaz into the pits now, and more medium tyres is ready for the Red Bull driver. And luckily he's got no damage there, but the Red Bull changing those boots then before he comes out of the pits now. And Crusher T out of the race then, and that's a disappointing indeed. Toy Coin there has lost actually a couple of tenths there, hasn't he? Equal's down into 12th now, up into 11th position goes Troy then. So Troy is now on the move then. Knowlesy is also starting to push on Chappers at the moment. Chappers currently got points so far for his campaign. They're going very wide there before going over the Anderson Bridge. Which is not going to help him too much there. Toy Coin there is quick at this moment, but he does look like gap at the front is yo-yoing around, isn't it? It's going up and down there. It's going up and down at the moment, isn't there? The gap at the front, which I think that Boxstar is trying to get as much as he can on these medium tyres before pit lane is. We are coming up to lap 12 here. Tango, we're on lap 12. Tango is through, passes Equals, and of course it's the highest runner on the second highest runner who's coming to the pits, but he is on the medium tyres. I think he's going to go in the pits again. We'll see how that one plays out. And you can see, look at the brake, look at the skid marks there on the circuit there. I had to try and like not giggle. That's shocking, isn't it? But the tyre marks on that corner in 17 there, just showing the velocity of how much rubber is being thrown down with the amount that these drivers are pushing to the absolute limit. Knowlesy is the meat in the Ferrari sandwich at the moment in 9th position. Knowlesy has had, of course, I do have a good feeling as well. Impressive if they stop once. Serious Mushroom is saying there. We are coming to half distance anyway there, but yeah, I think Serious Mushroom is certainly right then. There's a lot of drivers that I think is going to be two-stopping shortly. And if you're not two-stopping and you're one-stopping, it'd be impressive. But not only that, as Milan said the past lap of the race, but not only that though, I think you'd also be it will also be very vulnerable at the end then. And of course, as much as this is a street circuit, I do feel that there's 3 DRS zones around here, plus a new extra straight. I think that you're just going to be a sit and duck, aren't you? So to speak, if you haven't got the traction, have you? And this is very much a traction circuit. Boxtel gap is 1.8 seconds, and Boxtel's managing this gap absolutely supremely well. Very good 17 there. We're just watching Liam Yeh in 16th position. Now we've got Coop, who's lost out to Troy. Troy up gets past the Ferrari even before turn 15 there. So, Troy is through, passes Coop, who's out of the points on the Ferrari. Troy is making his moves now. There's Tango in the background, the Haas as well. Tango will also be flying at this stage of proceedings as well. Next target for Troy is Knowlesy here and Chappers, who are fighting for 8th and 9th position. These drivers have not pitted yet. None of the top 9 have pitted. Of course, who has pitted? Then you see on the left-hand side, Tara Troy's pitted. Tango's pitted. We've got Gurman who's pitted as well. Liam, Milan, Kaz has all pitted, and also Katie has pitted at the back of the field there. But I think the drivers that pitted for Damager on this race will be hoping for some kind of safety car. Gurman in free air now, so we'll keep an eye on Gurman and see what his pace is like there. And there goes Tango through and into 11th position now. But Gurman and Troy, I'm wondering if we're going to try and get to the end then. All good for the Stratch bank there is what Serge Redder's saying there, of course. So you'll be keeping an eye out to see what's to do on Tuesday night then when Serious Mushroom is part of the race on Bronze, and of course which they're racing around here on Tuesday night, of course. Boxstyle is driving superbly well on those very used worn medium tyres. Here comes Troy now then. DRS, and I think that Knowles is out of DRS range. The Ferrari and Troy has passed the Alpine up into 9th position. Troy is making his way through the field now. We're keeping an eye on what Gurman is doing as well in 40th position, because I think that Gurman could be a huge player later on in this one there. But Troy pitted under the VSC, which means that he would not have lost as much time for his green flag racing, and so that's an advantage he's got. He may have gained a couple of tenths of a second, and not only that as well, Troy is now flying there, but he's having a look then, but he's too far back to have a real challenge there on the Ferrari of Chappers there. But Troy is going to have much more grip than is there. So he's trying to go on the outside now into turn 5. Tango is past. Tango's got a 3-second penalty there for going wide then out of turn 5, I think it was. Troy is now through, passes Chappers up into 8th position there. Can Tango follow him through as well? We're on board with Tango. And into turn 10. Into 10th position, into turn 7. I think it is. Goodness gracious me. We haven't even got to half distance actually. Now Kerber's going to send him wide there. Great driving from both of them there. Chappers knew what was going to happen there with Tango. He went out wide, and Tango just about kept it out of the side of the Ferrari as well. Great driving from all around there. I love that. Fantastic there. As Tango is getting a bit lively on the old throttle pedal, though, is he now? That is not going to help him in terms of the thermal deg around here and the overheating of tires, which I think is going to, Serious Specialist said that, I think is going to be a major factor in this one. Tango up into 9th position, Chappers down into 10th now, as the old hard tires are unable to defend too long on these tires coming through the field now. However, later on this race, then the shoe will be on the other foot, so to speak, won't they? When they'll be coming through the field on fresher tires, and of course no safety cars yet. But really good stuff there. We had a BSC. Knowlesy is past Chappers, and Chappers is into the pits, and so Knowlesy is now in 10th position. Chappers is into the pits, and just before on lap 15 now. And wow, lucky from Tango there. Serious Rush was saying, I must admit, that's very I think he was lucky as well as good judgment as well from Chappers there, not to squeeze him up there as Chappers coming out the pits on medium tyres. I think that's a 2-stopper. I'll be absolutely surprised if the medium tyres could go for the rest of the race. But having said that, look at Boxtel. Boxtel, who is on very old medium tyres now, 14 laps on the medium tyres, 3.5 seconds now in front of Toy Coin. Boxtel is on a mission here tonight in the McLaren, flying brilliantly, isn't he? Boxtel is, my gosh. I'm absolutely surprised by that, because I thought that the hard runners was going to just go cruise up to the back of him now and overtake him, but Boxtel is flying up there. The gap was down to about 1.5 seconds. All of a sudden, it's up to 3.5 seconds now. Troy going on the inside, passing Sloth, and of course now from 2-7 finish now. Troy is going to be. I think it's going to take the lead in this race sometime in the lead of this race. Then I think when the front runners come into the pits, German's now past Equaz. Well, there's so much overtaking going on here tonight. Jay Higgs has come into the pits now. Troy up into 6th position, and Troy has now got a nice buffer of 12 seconds now to get some quali laps in. Well, maybe not too hot on quali laps there, because he doesn't want to ruin the tyres, but really now start to put his toe down. Immortals now crawling up to the back, cruised up to the back of Keza here in 3rd and 4th. But Boxtel is a master on tyre saving, Serious Mushroom was saying. And indeed he is, and I think he has shown it in absolutely abundance here tonight, isn't he? Boxtel is half distance in this Grand Prix now. Markey and Equals are swapping positions. There they are, and now Markey in 11th position there. German is in 10th. German, though, might have to think about getting defensive here, because Markey is flying on the medium tyres. I do think well, I was thinking that Tango and Marquis might have to come into the pits again, you know, but Boxtel has done an absolute incredible job on those medium tyres, and also he has extended his gap, which is incredible to say the least. There, absolutely impressive stuff indeed. That there's the gap to the leaders, and I think that the pit stop around here is it like a 22-ish second loss or something like that. Something like that, but at the moment, and just I talked about that, into the pits comes the race leader, and now it is Boxtel going to get out in front of Troy. I must admit, I think he will, to be honest. And so then this could be the de facto lead. Hard tyres now going on for Boxtel. He's going for an undercut here, and he's just crawling out the pits now. So yes, I think he's going to be out in front of Troy here, but or is he? I can't decide that. No, I don't think he is. Troy has taken it. Has taken the position there. Boxtel cut out the pits now. It's a very slow pit in here, isn't it? Because it's very narrow. And Sloth is in front of his teammate as well. But I can see Sloth jumping out of the way of his teammate because they're on completely different strategies now. Keza has lost out. Immortal up into 2nd position now. Toy Coin, I'm surprised that he was not able to keep up with Boxtel, but that is just incredible. But that's an incredible stint there for Boxtel to not. There is a switch then for the McLaren team, sensibly done. And now Boxtel's next target is Tango and Troy, just only a couple of seconds up the road here. So when is Toy Coin going to come into the pits? And Markey has passed German there. German down into 11th now. We've got so the drivers that have not pitted yet is Knowles in the top 10, is Knowlesy, is Sloth, and we've also got Chazza, Keza, and Mortal and Toy Coin have all not pitted yet either in this one. They will have to come to the pits later on then, but I think that the drivers pitted earlier on then. I think that this ain't going to help him out, you know. I think that they're going to struggle towards the end. And Boxtel, who Boxtel doesn't want to take all his sweeties out of those tyres just as he put them on then, does he? But I think as Immortal has coming to the pits and very early for the hard runners, you know. It's an AlphaTauri 1-2 here now. Chazza in the pits as well then, so I think that they should get to the mediums to the end now. Now they're coming into the pits then. But remember that Toy Coin and Keza will also be on the medium tyres as well when they chase down Boxtel. Chazza, smooth stop for the Alfa Romeo team then. Immortal coming out of the pits now then, and Knowlesy is staying out at the moment now. For Ethan Knowlesy might be doing a bit of goal hanging here and seeing if he can get a safety car, which will really help him out there. Markey in 9th and German in 10th. They will be out behind. German there off the circuit, as German there just trying to. We luckily did get a penalty there, didn't he? Sloth also in the pits as well. And Chazza in 8th position now. Then 9th Markey, German in 10th position there. So German there, who of course is coming from basically the back, well actually, yeah, the back of the field there to make his way up into 10th position now then. So KD is still in 19th and Kaz in 18th, 17th is Sloth, 16th Coop with J Higgs, 16th, 15th is Chappers, 14th is Chappers, which makes that 13th now. Milan down into 14th, and Milan's done 10 laps on the medium tyres, so Milan will have to come back into the pits. Tango is lost out to Boxtel. Boxtel is through. And now then, there's his next card. And of course, if he passes Troy, then remember this is the difference between second and third in the championship at the moment, though. So at this moment, then Troy is currently keeping second, but Boxtel, who's been flying in the last couple of races or so, it's really eaten into that gap in second in the championship. And now Troy could lose second now. Into the pits comes Troy Coyne. Then there's one of the Aston Martins. I think it was KD then as he comes out the pits now. Then look at that. Then Troy Coyne has. You can see there he is, and Troy Coyne has got a bit of a gap then to really start to put some to really home in on Boxtel. But I must say that gap is quite large, very large. In fact, he's got out in front of a Mortal. That is crucial, isn't it? There, because look at how much a Mortal was that would quickly hold him in then. So Mortal now in a de facto third position in this race. And there's Troy Coyne currently at the moment. Now he is in fifth position. Fourth is Tango, but he has he's about 8 seconds-ish. He's about 8 seconds behind Boxtel at the moment then. So this race is far from over yet then. He is on the medium tire certainly, but I think that Troy Coyne would like to have homed in on Boxtel a bit further than that then. Alex doing Alex strategy again. Is what Sirius was saying, and Knowlesy down in that 16th position now, just behind Slop there. So so that could potentially turn into points then later on this race. And lap 19 out of 36 around here. This is, as I said, this is probably the longest race in terms of the season. And it's Troy and Boxtel are fighting here. Goodness me, as Troy just giving him a squeeze, but he cannot fight too hard there. Troy can't, because unfortunately he's not got the tyre life as he's going on the outside getting him. But Boxtel has the position there, but goodness me, that's getting very fruity, wasn't there, for the Bagonist rivals through, does he? But unfortunately there, Boxtel, 40 for Troy. Boxtel has got the lead that he had fresher tyres. Troy down into second now, but going early on this strategy means that Troy has now elevated himself back up into second. Troy Coyne is now in third. Immortal fourth. Chaz is now in front of Keza. Keza stayed out maybe a couple of laps too long here. He is now down in sixth position there, and might even be behind Markey. He's going to be behind Markey as well. So, oh goodness me, almost contact between Markey and Keza there. That's a nightmare for Keza. Tango back in the pits again, and he's going for a two-stop strategy. Is Tango, but I think it's going to be very difficult for Tango to. We might be able to score points from there, but it's not ideal. Here comes Keza again. He's going on the outside here, and Markey flying past up into sixth position. 6 seconds to gap between himself in Chaz now. Immortal is keeping Troy Coyne for company at the moment. Now, I think Troy Coyne has had a second before, hasn't he, in his career? No, he hasn't. He hasn't even had a podium yet, Troy Coyne has now. So this is his best performance so far. Serious Mushroom thinks that Troy's got a pit again with 11 laps to go. I think that Troy is going to be looking over his shoulder, isn't he? There he is in the foreground there. But I think Troy Coyne at the moment is never on the podium now. I think his best result was fourth in Formula 1. But can he get on the podium here tonight? I think that Boxtel was just too quick for Troy Coyne in terms of race pace today. But goodness me, Troy Coyne is really becoming a major threat, isn't he? Both him and Keza is becoming a major threat in that AlphaTauri. A really good 17th thing. Now, can Troy Coyne be able to get out the DRS range of a Mortal and then start to see if he can hunt down Boxtel? But I think that is a massive gap to home in with just 10 laps to go in this race there. It is a long 10 laps still, but I do feel that is a stretch too far. Jay Higgs in 12th position there, and Milan then, who's had a drive-through penalty plus an extra pit stop as well then. So I think that really Milan is having a bit of a nightmare race out there. Into the pits comes Liam Yeh now. Liam Yeh in the pits for the Haas team then. Is both Haas currently not getting any points. Jay Higgs up into, and we got yellow flags there. Yellow flags, I think it's the Aston Martin now. If KD get out of the way, it is indeed. Liam Yeh in the pits then. Liam Yeh is in the pits then. Tango in 11th position. He is just outside the points now. Tango is, but he's the only driver that's got a penalty out there. Well, Kaz's got a penalty as well, actually. But yeah, very good in terms of lack of penalties around here. And you can get penalties around here, as you see in Tango there going wide and getting a penalty, which I think is a bit harsh, to be honest, in my book. But unfortunately, Tango, that could cost him a point here. But we'll soon find out. Jay Higgs there, so 5 laps on the medium tyres. It should be able to get to the end now. I must admit, I don't really know who's going to get to the end and who isn't at this moment now. But Troy Coyne is now all over the back. Now, well, not all over the back just yet, but he's arrived on the scene now of Troy 8. There he is, and all over the back all over the back. And look at that, then he's already through, passes, and Troy up into second position now. Troy down into third. Of course, he's got very old hard tires on. Both him and German have done 11 laps on these hard tires. Everyone else down the mediums. Tango is through, passes Higgs as well. There he is, up into 10th position. He does have a 3-second penalty. It'd be great if Jay Higgs could hang on, but I do feel that he's going to struggle to hang on there with Tango on fresh boots now. And I think the Tango, I was saying that Tango may struggle to get points there. How wrong was I? Kez has got the fast off the race side. How wrong was I? Because I think that actually Tango's the sky's the limit for Tango, and he's got German, who's now struggling on his hard tires as well. The hard tires have not really been. I thought that the hard tires. Whoa! It's Tango almost into the back of the Ferrari there. The hard tires. I'm surprised that they have not really been the most preferred race tire. Then. I think all the penalties here are for going wide. Then Sarah's was saying, and that's exactly what we've seen with Tango, didn't we? As he went wide. Then, as look at this, and look, Tango at the inside of Chappers here, not quite. And now Jay Higgs is back into this battle. So I've got a 4-car battle now with the final stage of this race to go. But the hard tires, I'm surprised actually that they're not a very good race tire, are they? To be honest, I think the medium tires have been the preferred race tire, and then you can see them down into the old Singapore thing. Then Tango passes. Chappers had to take a base back today because Jay Higgs almost goes to the back of his house, getting very fruit-free. Oh, it's Jay Higgs there. I'm not sure if he had a boost. And there's 3 cars there over the Anderson Bridge. They're not going to go for it. And the Ferrari being squeezed out there. And Sloth is taken 2 positions there. My goodness me, that is very opportunistic to say the least as well. Goodness gracious me. Sloth now having a 10th position. Ings is 11th, Chappers down to 12th, unfortunately. And German has now lost out. German down into 9th position now then in the... he's got damage, that's why. German's got damage on the Alfa Romeo, which is why he is struggling then, so he's in the pits now, unfortunately. And so Farfish has put a beastly overtake then between for Sloth and a double overtake over the Anderson Bridge. And so Farfish has been given a round of applause for that one. German in the pits. Unfortunately for German, that is all but ended his chances of maybe getting any points, I feel, in this one there. Just watching, I've said that a couple of times, haven't I? But it hasn't been the case at all, has it? As I have no idea what the strategy's going on at the moment. It's absolutely incredible. It's enthralling stuff indeed. Toy Coin, the gap is down by 5/10 of a second at the moment. So he is starting to reel him in then, but I still think it's a stretch there for Toy Coin. But can Toy Coin get his first ever Grand Prix win? Cooper's got a 3-second penalty. Chaz is pushing Troy, isn't he, over the Anderson Bridge now? Look, there he comes. There's Kez on the background as well. I don't know. I think Kez has the fast up the road, doesn't he? And now at the inside goes Chaz, but Troy is not having it, is he? That goodness me, and the world champion there is not letting anyone through, is he? Easily. Great racing from both drivers. Chaz are now in the 4th. 5th is Troy. He's dropping down, unfortunately. He's dropping down like a stone now. And this battle here then between Sloth, Hings, Chappers, Coop and Knowlesy also in the position as well. There's Knowles in the background. Knowlesy might be able to get some points here as well. You never know. This race is starting to really come into its own, isn't it? In terms of the Sun drivers, and they've come in the pits earlier, now struggling, isn't they? As Knowlesy trying to go on the outside then. Coop is defended the inside beautifully well. Then can Knowlesy go for the switch back here? Not quite then, but I think he's not going to overtake it to 18 and 19, but he may be able to down into turn 1 then for Knowlesy. Yes, he is through and up into 12th position. Troy will be fuming. Milan set the fast on the race set. I think that unfortunately it's just this race has not gone. It's not gone his way at all, has it? Boxdale still leads there. Toy Coin 2nd, and Mortal in 3rd. Chaz in 4th. Jay Higgs has got a penalty. That is crucial, and potentially Chappers could Potentially Chappers could really exploit that and get a point here. Maybe even Knowlesy can as well here. Liam, yeah, is just up in the 14th now. Knowlesy also might be able to get a point. And goodness gracious me, the Alpines certainly do need a point, don't they? In this one there, Boxstyle gap is under 4 seconds now between Toycoin and Boxstyle. And I'm still thinking it's a bit too much of a stretch for Toycoin, but goodness me, we are not going to find out until the very end of this one. As we go over Raffles Boulevard, then down into 15. Not quite, and Knowlesy is counting. This is the battle now for the final point as well, with Jay Hings getting a penalty. So we've got Troy losing out then, and Jay Hings getting a penalty, and this is very much livened up this one, and Knowlesy on the outside, and the Ferrari squeezing him there. So goodness me, as Chappers there being a very strong arm there, isn't there? I think, goodness me, but when you're fighting for a point, then it's all the marbles, isn't it? Knowlesy's had a great run out of turn 19 now. He passes the Ferrari up into 11th position now. Knowlesy on the cusp for some points there. It is very much about being experienced in this one, and to certainly get you to the end of this race, and certainly to manage your car and your tires, and of course also manage keeping yourself very much in the window of concentration as well, because this is a brutal race, this one is, isn't it? And Knowlesy, who is now going to be looking at Sloth and Hings just in front of him as well. The gap in front of these guys is Tango, who's 8 seconds up the road. Then Tango's 3-second penalty is not going to hurt him yet. Then Milan is past Equaz as well. Both Aston Martins there. Nightmare race for the Aston Martin team. Both not in the points at all. Milan there, great stuff to be keeping in it. Same with German, Kaz and KD. The only retirement so far is Crustier T, which I'm amazed. I'm amazed the fact that the drivers have the drivers are that we've only had one retirement in this one. Fantastic stuff indeed. Tango in 7th position now. Marquis is up into 8th. So Tango now needs to find a 3-second buffer between himself and Marquis to keep that position. Now Kaz got a 3-second penalty as this battle for 9th, 10th and 11th is starting to really heat up. Then Knowlesy all over the back of Jay Hings now. Jay Hings is going to have and here comes Knowlesy now up the inside. He's done it and passes Jay Hings as well. Driver of the day is is out now. Then we'll look at that in a minute. And but Knowlesy is Sloth has got a penalty. That's not good either then for Sloth then. And Knowlesy is now in a de facto 9th position here. Tango has already stretched his gap up ever so slightly. Toycoin is got the gap down to 3 seconds there with 5 laps to go. Contact between Knowlesy and Sloth there into turn 3. Goodness gracious me. Knowlesy wants to get past these drivers quite quickly here. He doesn't want to be involved in this battle for too much longer, does he? Because Knowlesy can now scamper off down the road and potentially get Marquis and Tango. I think that might be a bit of a stretch there, but I think that Knowlesy will be very happy to be in 9th now, won't he? 10th at the moment, but no soon. Driver of the day vote is out then. It is between Boxtown, Toycoin, Multo and Knowlesy then. So keep your so get your votes in now then. Of course, at the moment, Toycoin has got 100% of the vote then. Chappers should follow Knowlesy and catch the 2 with penalties in front. Chappers at the moment is very much hanging on, isn't he, at the moment? Chappers is good stuff indeed. Both Ferraris there are also 13th and 12th. Can they get some points then towards the end of this one? Knowlesy going wide, then he'll have DRS assistance this time then, but Knowlesy there, unfortunately for Knowlesy, hasn't passed the McLaren driver just yet. Look in the background, there is Liam Yeh, who's on the fresher medium tyres. Liam Yeh Milan, I think, are going to be a major problem for a lot of these drivers here then. I think that Knowlesy doesn't want to be a part of that, does he? So I think it needs to get past now. 27 out of 31 here. This is going to be a grandstand finish, I'm sure, for the gap is down to 2.2 seconds now. Knowlesy with the admin nudge then. Chappers got a 3-second penalty. That's costly for Ferrari and Chappers, isn't it? And now as you go down to turn 1, look, there they are. Goodness gracious me. I think it's the closest battle we've had on track, and we had a bit of a lull, didn't we, in the middle part of the race, but now all of a sudden this race has started to really start to come alive, has in the final stage of this one here. Keza still behind Chaza at the moment for 3rd and 4th. 4th and 5th, I should say. Then here comes Knowlesy through up into 9th position there. Passes the McLaren driver. Great stuff indeed. Good stuff then. And now Milan. Oh, goodness gracious me. Liam Yeh, Milan and Coop then. All fighting for position then. And look at that. Coop's got into the back of Liam Yeh then. Oh, goodness gracious me then. And Milan there has got an opportunity of points here. He's technically in the points already because of the driver's got penalties in front of him. Serious Russian, what's the position changes, please? Then your wish is my command, my good sir. There is the position changes for the Milan up 6th position. We've got 4 positions for Tango. Knowlesy up 5, Sloth up 5 as well. Great driving up and down the field then as Aston Martin, unfortunately, with the biggest drop from qualifying to the race there. Toy Coin, the gap is now 1.8 seconds there. Oh my goodness gracious me. Can Toy Coin get in with just under 4 laps to go here? Here's Milan then on the now through and up into 12th position. I think this will be a great recovery drive from Milan, you know. We're drive through penalties. Look at that, locking up the inside tyre there, Milan. He's pushing on, isn't he? And I think that Liam will also be looking to get some points as well in the Haas car. Tango doing a good job in 10th position there, and potentially, we now got some great battling there between Jay Higgs and Sloth. Jay Higgs has now been to 10th, but unfortunately, they do have penalties at the moment, don't they? Toy Coin is catching. Toy Coin is catching through, as Rush was saying. The gap is under, well, it was 1.8, it's 1.9 now, isn't it? With just a handful of laps to go. I don't think he's gonna be able to catch him in time, you know. But it'll be a great grandstand finish on it. Milan still in 12th. He hasn't got past these 2 cars yet. Knowles is already a second up the road. There he is in front of us. And Milan is going for it. He's having a look. That's unconventional. Then going onto the curve. But just trying to catch Sloth out there, Milan did. But unfortunately for Milan, that wasn't the case. And Sloth, a very experienced driver, having a look there, but no dice at the moment. Driver of the day vote is still out at the moment. Then we'll take a look at the votes just before the end of this race. And German's got past Equals and over to 16th position there for Equals. And as we go down over the Anderson Bridge now and across the line, Toy Coin's got a 3-second penalty. That is it then, and that's going to take the pressure off of Fox now. And he does have a 5-second gap. Whoa, on the outside. Great manoeuvre there from Milan. On to 11th now. And there's 2 Ferraris in the background, not helping each other, but it looks of things. It's fighting very hard now in the background. Liam, can he get past Sloth indeed? No, not quite yet then. Into turn 17 then. Keza Cooper has got past his teammate now. Has Liam got past Sloth here. He cannot get past at the moment as I think the champ is in the pits. Equals got a 5-second penalty for speed in the pit lane now. Liam up in 12th now. And I think it's between Liam and Milan for that final point then. And I think that Milan at the moment has the opportunity. There's Knowles just in front of us here on lap 29 out of 31 here. Gap is down to 1.5 at the front then. Keza still can't get past Chazza. Chazza is superb 4th then. Milan is down to the top 10 then. Next target is Knowlesy. Can he get more points then? Of course, there's Knowlesy, Milan and Mark. He hasn't got no pounds at all. Same with Troy, Keza, Chazza and Motor and Boxed Up. Brilliant driving up and down the field. These Hings were made to fly. Serious Rush was saying there. And he certainly is flying out there. Jay Higgs, once again, a great performance there. Gosh, you can tell it's a long race. I'm struggling now. But of course, this has been a lot longer than last year. Then we are now reaching about a 45-minute mark now since this race got underway. So it's not as long as last year. It used to touch the hour mark, didn't it, this race than last year? So we're about 15 minutes in front of schedule then. But it's still a tough old one, this race, isn't it? Driver of the day vote is still up then. It's currently Toy Coin with 4%, Knowlesy 4%, Boxtown 20% now. I must admit, I'm split between Toy Coin and Knowlesy because both of them drove it. Superb racing, Kaz at the attack, passes Chaz, and he has done it. He's in front of the Alfa Romeo driver now, and up into 5th now. Goodman past Sloth. Sloth is, Sloth's in the pits, that's why. Liam, who is now past Jay Higgs. He's gone off there, has he? Liam, has there. So Jay Higgs, can he try and get back past him? Not quite. Here's Milan now. I think that Knowlesy he's got 2 laps to go, Knowlesy, I'd say. I think the Milan is going to be through here. He is through, and I think that Knowlesy, this could be cruel luck for Knowlesy, you know, because Liam, is also quick as well. They've got younger tyres by 2 or 3 laps, which makes a world of difference in this race, doesn't it? Oh my goodness gracious me. Chaz is still trying to pressure Keza, but I think that Keza, he's still 3/10 of a second away. And look, there he is then, as we come down the new straight here in Singapore. As we're on the final lap now of this race, and there is Boxed Up, there is Toy Coin now. That's 3-second penalty. May have cost Toy Coin here, as of course Boxed Up can literally let him through. and still win the race then. But Boxtel certainly, but Toy Coin has been an absolute revelation today. Really good stuff indeed there for Toy Coin. And his wait for his first win. We'll have to go on ever so well. Wait for his first win. It's only his 5th Grand Prix, isn't it? Toy Coin is, but my goodness me, he has been superlative today. Really has indeed. Was Boxtel with 16 pole positions in his career now. He's got the same number of pole positions again as Milan, and is back up into his 2nd in the all-time pole position list. But of course, he is going for his 15th Grand Prix win of his career now. Is Boxtel is really he is racking up those wins, isn't he? Now he is the most winningest driver in the current full-time field, and I'm not sure if he's 2nd yet. Is he? Looking at locking up the inside front, still pushing to the end here. Serious question. Wow, Toy Coin could have won this. He could have, couldn't he? Look, there he is there. If it wasn't for that penalty, it could have been a bit more could have been a bit more close, couldn't it? But goodness me, in the end, though, it was the Boxtel who comes out of the final turn and wins the Singapore Grand Prix. What a performance there for Boxtel. His 15th race win of his career in ALR. What a magnificent performance from the McLaren Mercedes driver. And now is 2nd in the Drivers' Championship. And is homing in on Percy then. But Percy still has the points advantage, doesn't he? My goodness me. With Toy Coin in 2nd today, furthermore to Keza 4th and Chaza in 5th position. It is Liam Ye and Nosey fighting to the very end here. Can Nosey keep the Liam Ye behind him? And goodness me, he's just got one more sector to go. He's just got one more sector to go. Then Kaz, I'm not sure. Look, Liam Ye's dived there, and he's done it, has he? I'm not sure if he's done there. There's yellow flags. I think the Kaz has not finished the race, unfortunately. And now out of the final turn, and Knowlesy is going to lose that position by 2 points. What a shame for Knowlesy. Great and opportunistic manoeuvre there for Liam Ye to get that final point as well for Liam Ye. So he's going to be like that. Knowlesy heartbreaking there, and German there recovered to just a couple of tenths outside the points as well. Very hard slog that race was. Knowlesy with 38% of the vote at the moment there in 11th position there. But I'm sure Knowlesy will be happy with... Well, I'm sure that Knowlesy would be happy to draw the day win, but I think he would rather have a point, to be honest. It's not a win yet, it's 33% between Boxtel and Knowlesy. Toy Coin 22% and Mortal 11%. Keep your votes coming in, ladies and gentlemen. What a move here from Percy saying then. Daring move back then from Liam. Yeah, he threw all his beans into one pot, didn't he? And there is Boxtel, a 15-time Grand Prix winner. Now, this is also his 30th visit to the podium as well in ALR. So, very good stuff indeed then. On his 14th start as well. So, when we do return, ALR's got a 2-week break now. But when we do turn, it'll be 50 starts for Boxtel in the land of the rising sun in Japan there. But Boxtel has gone into the break there with a now 2nd in the championship there. It is still going to be a long shot if he can win the World Drivers' Championship. But nothing is off the table yet, is it? Let's take a final look at the classification, shall we, from what was an exhilarating Grand Prix here in Singapore. Boxtel won that race. That's his 15th Grand Prix win of his career. 2nd position is Toy Coin. Great drive for Toy Coin. His first pole position today, his first podium as well. Amulto recovered to a superb 3rd position. Then Keza in 4th, Chaza in 5th position, Troy in 6th, Tango in 7th, 8th Marky, Milan getting fastest up, and 9th. Great recovery from Milan. 10th position for Liam Ye as well. Knowlesy heartbreaking on the last 2 corners and lost that point now. German in 12th, Jay Higgs 13th, Coop 14th, Chaz 15th, 16th Equals, 17th Sloth. Retirement was Kaz and KD 19th and also Crusher T out race. Both Red Bulls, nightmare race again. Same with the Aston Martin team as well after what was a superlative qualifying there. And I think the Boxtel is joined me in the box as well. Then, Boxtel, this is your 15th Grand Prix win of your career in ALR. But my goodness me, then it looked a bit tight towards the end. Then, was you concerned about Toy Coin catching you, hunting you down there?
Well, it definitely was something that I didn't expect because I thought the hards were better than the mediums, but the mediums are just insanely around here. So Yeah, he was catching me pretty bad in the end. I think it didn't have to last one more lap because then he would have got me. So it's pretty was pretty close. But yeah, also I like the race.
It was a very good race indeed. And I got to say, how did you manage to get those medium tyres to last so long in the first stint then? Because I think that was a crucial part of this race then. Because if you came in a lap or two earlier, you may not have won it. So how did you manage those tyres?
Yeah, I don't know. The mediums were felt yeah, just amazing. I mean, I could drive insanely consistent lap times even when they were like 55%. So I don't know. I like the mediums a lot. So yeah, it's just managing and try to keep the gap at 2.5 seconds behind. And yeah, from there onwards, I could get a long stint.
Pretty impressive indeed. And of course, you won today then with a person not here. The gap is down to about 52 points, give or take. That that's still a two-win gap then. But you're certainly coming for him at the moment, haven't you? You've had a bit of a sluggish start to the season, but then you've really taken off. Incredible win since the win in Imola. You've been absolutely fantastic there, and another win today. Your fifth win of the season. It's not over, is it?
No, it's over until it's over. I never give up, and yeah, 52 points seems a lot, but you never know how it's gonna go. When you see like my last season, I was also like 40 points ahead, and then I also were like in the three races, so the gap was also close. So anything can happen, and yeah, just keep fighting for the win, and yeah, hopefully we can have an exciting battle.
And of course, I think we've got a 2 week break coming up until the next Japanese Grand Prix. Is this break coming at a bad time for you, or would you like to just probably take a step back and then reassess the remainder of the season? Or would you like to have carried on and just like keep up the momentum because it's your second win in a row?
I also don't mind the 2 week breaks because I can slowly do a little bit of time trial on some tracks that are coming. So like Qatar and Las Vegas, I didn't even drive those two tracks. So I think I am gonna drive those two tracks to get a little bit experience on the track and yeah, uh, just a bit time trial.
Really well done today, Boxtel. Your 15th Grand Prix win of the season. And your 16th pole as well. Fantastic stuff. And that is going to be it today. And I'm going to be honest, I'm going to have a lie down because that was an incredible race. It really was indeed. We'll be back for gold in 2 weeks' time where we'll be going to the land of the rising sun in Japan. Tomorrow night it is silver. And I must say that silver is looking very tense at the moment. Brabant has got a 41-point lead over Tango in second. And Dilando is still in it to win it as well. 49 points separates the top three in the World Drivers' Championship. Cannot wait to see that one. That is 7:30 UK time. It's going to be another long, hard slog in Singapore tomorrow night.